Barbie is someone that we're all familiar with. Some of us love her, some people hate her, but everybody knows who Barbie is. She's been in our toy boxes, she's been on our TV, she's on our shelves as collectors. Whether you love Barbie or hate Barbie, you can acknowledge that there's always been controversy surrounding her. The Barbie movie of 2023 didn't shy away from addressing all of the controversies that Barbie has faced. One major concern that people always raised surrounding Barbie was body image. And yeah, she didn't have a great history in this regard. In 1965, there was a doll released that came with a scale and a dieting book on how to lose weight, and it said, "Don't eat." You'd be hard-pressed to find someone who disagrees that this is problematic. This isn't the controversy we're talking about today, though. It was 2003 when the Happy Family line released. A lot of people refer to this Midge as the quote-unquote pregnant Barbie. No one was prepared for the controversy. Parents hated this doll. She wasn't wearing a wedding ring. She didn't have her husband in the box with her. People were irate. They thought that this was endorsing teen pregnancy, that Midge was a teenager. But this was 2003, and Midge got married in 1991. It was all over the news in a big way. It put some real stress on Midge's relationship with Alan. You know, Alan made up 25% of that happy family. He was the husband. But the news ignored him and focused all on shaming Midge. Midge and I's friendship began in 1963. I remember it well. In a lot of ways, we were opposites, but we really balanced each other out. My goal was always my career, and Midge's goal was always family. Here I was representing the careers, and on Midge's side, she was there representing the families. So yeah, the happy family set felt right.
Yeah, Midge and I go way back, as they say. Midge, Barbie, Alan, and I hung out a lot back in the day. I sympathize very deeply with Midge as someone who's had my fair share of controversy myself. Here was this immensely sweet and kind person that was just being dragged for showing off her family and how much she loved being a mom. It was devastating for her.
Behind me is the actual kitchen where Midge first learned of the controversy. Sources close to Midge tell us that she read about it in a local newspaper. The story was everywhere. It was in the papers, on the news, on the radio. I remember first seeing about it and just crying because I knew that it was all my fault. You know, Midge never wanted the limelight. That was my part. You know, I was the teenage fashion model. Midge was the friend of a teenage fashion model. At one point, Midge and I did everything together. I was a bridesmaid in her wedding. I delivered her children. But after the controversy, things changed.
I'm Tommy. I'm Midge's son. I was a toddler when the Happy Family set came out. On the packaging, you can see my dad, Alan, holding me. That was a long time ago now. What I want is justice for my mom, and not some throwaway line in a movie.
I'll admit I did enjoy the Barbie movie. I saw a lot of my friends on the big screen. That was cool. I have to say though, I would have liked to see Midge in it a lot more. She didn't even get a doll out of the Barbie movie. Mattel has definitely looked to bring her back. After the Happy Family set, Midge really disappeared for some time. So it was really exciting to see her in Life in the Dream House. But that was pretty short-lived. Couple of episodes, couple of doors, and that was it for Midge again. It's sad, really. It's really sad, actually. You can probably tell by looking at me that Midge is a huge inspiration for me. Us redheads, we have to stick together, you know? People are always saying redheads ain't got no souls. And I do take offense to that because I very much have a soul. And when the Happy Family line came out, everybody just treated Midge like she must be some soulless villain who wanted to teach their kids that teen pregnancy was cool or whatever. It's important that I set the record straight on that. Midge very much has a soul, and it's a very beautiful soul as well. I think really people got way too hung up on this idea that Midge was a teenager. I mean, it really doesn't make any sense, does it? I mean, at this point, Barbie wasn't even a teenager, was she? Everyone just hung on to this idea of her being this teenage fashion model. But here she was doing all these jobs that take years and years to be able to do. I mean, you know how much school she had to go to be able to deliver Midge's baby. Obviously, they weren't teenagers. Midge was married and Barbie was an OBGYN. I remember the emails were just flooding in. I mean, I spent all day, the first couple of days, at my computer trying to respond to people, reminding them I'm a doctor. Midge, my best friend, is an adult who's married, who already has a child and a husband. What we wanted to do was to show everyone that it's okay to be career focused and it's okay to be family focused. We were supposed to be these two strong women, one a doctor, one a mother, and both happy and successful in the paths that we had chosen in life. Obviously, the sentiment was there. This was, in my opinion, a really great idea. It was saying women can be career people, they can be parents, they can be both if that's what they want. Yet somehow, the takeaway was that Barbie was promoting teen pregnancy. So as the doctor in the controversy, Barbie survived, but Midge, as the pregnant mom, well, she got phased out. To this day, you will still see Barbie being a pediatrician, but you won't see Midge being a mom. I think what a lot of us want is simply justice. Justice done for Midge, because she deserves it. And I think that the world owes her an apology.